Hello everyone, in today's topic, we are going to talk about wireless communication. In ancient times, we used smoke signal or carrier pigeons to communicate with each other. But now, since there are many inventions that led the communication technology to where it is now, we can communicate with each other with only a small device wherever we are, whenever it is. So, let's talk about where wireless communication is now and what is for the next future. So today we are familiar with the term Internet of Things, where it enables every electronic device to be connected to each other with the internet. That includes our smartphones, consumer electronic, car sensor, etc. For example, in sensor is motion detectors or moisture sensor that can be embedded with a processor that can do certain tasks. IoT can help us in many ways. One of the example is data processing in the cloud, because the hardware itself that is measuring the data is not capable of processing the data. So with Internet of Things, where all things is connected to the internet and we can control it by using a device that has internet connection, hence the name Internet of Things. We can monitor, control things in real life, such as lamp or monitor the moisture of soil of our plants, and many more. But with this technology, of course, in wireless communication comes with several challenges. The first one is GBPS data rate with no errors. What it means is that with a higher uh, quantity of data, in its transmission, we need a lower error rate or error percentage, because if there is a lot of data that is connected to the internet, which needed a high bandwidth, we need a higher, or I mean fewer error percentage, so that the data that is being transmitted has no errors in it. The second one is energy efficiency, because nowadays more and more people has more devices. We need to has a high efficiency of energy, so that we do not waste any energy that we use to charge our phone or power our TV, etc. The next one is scarce spectrum, because wireless communication use this spectrum, and each spectrum has its limit. That is why we have to have a body that regulate the spectrum, so that people cannot exploit the spectrum and disturb other people. The next one is reliability and coverage, because there are lots of area that is hard to be reached in terms of building infrastructure. That is why we have at least a coverage of a satellite in this hard to reach area. The next one is heterogeneous networks, where it means that there are many different types of network. such as 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, Wi-Fi, and etc. And those network need to be work need to be seamlessly working together, um, so that there is no interruption with one service and to the other. And this scarce spectrum can be calculated by this formula, which is the Shannon's limit, where B is the bandwidth and S divided by N is the signal to noise ratio. This is used to calculate the limit or the capacity of a spectrum or a network. The next one is device challenges. There are many challenges in a device. The first one is performance, where now the ability from some phones is comparable to a PC or a laptop, so maybe performance is not a challenge, a more challenge than many years ago. But with performance comes with complexity, where the part in a device is getting more and more complicated. It's getting smaller and smaller, which it is not a bad thing, because with smaller size means there is higher energy efficiency that is used, and a lower cost to be used, and less power to be used, of course. The next one is higher frequency, where this is a problem because people demand higher data rate, and it can be provided only with higher frequency. That is why in today's technology we have a millimeter wave. And then the next one is multiple antennas, where in our phone today there are 2x2 antennas with multi-radio integration, or that can work with multiple frequency, so that our phones can be used for Wi-Fi, radio, GPS, and etc. And the last one is coexistence, where our phones still needs to coexist with older technology. That is why we can use a software-defined radio to overcome all of the challenges above, where the radio can be seen as a software in which the digital signal processor can be programmed so that it can be used for any technology, such as GPS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 3G, 4G, and other technologies. Thank you very much. Oh shit.